death is something that is a part of all of our lives, and so to be able to sit with people in those moments and support family members, it's an honor to do that work.
Ask him what kind of music he likes. Did he have on like Barbara Streisand, Tony Bennett?
It's a Dominican music, bachata.
Bachata?
Bachata.
Bachata.
He was a wonderful man, a wonderful father, a wonderful husband, and a wonderful son. And like my kids and I miss him very much.
What happens when a hospice nurse, a dancing Dominican, and a grieving widow all walk into the same courtroom? No, this isn't a setup for a joke. This is Judge Frank Caprio's Courtroom in Providence, Rhode Island, where justice isn't just about fines and penalties. It's about humanity. Today, you're about to witness 3 cases that will take you on an emotional roller coaster, from profound wisdom about life and death to an impromptu bachata dance performance that'll have you smiling ear to ear, to a moment so heartbreaking you might need to grab some tissues. This is a judge who sees beyond the ticket and looks straight into the soul of every person standing before him. Trust me, you do not want to miss what happens next. This is Caught in Providence, and these cases are absolutely unforgettable.
Katie Batchelder.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Miss Batchelder. This better be a good story because you're wasting all morning for $30.
I know.
You're charged with parking in a prohibited area on Westminster Street.
Yes.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a hospice nurse.
You are. Did you take time out of work this morning?
I did, yes.
For $30, you took time out of work?
Yes, I did.
You're doing God's work by being a hospice nurse. So, first of all, I want to thank you for your service. But what's it like being a hospice nurse? I often wonder, that people who do that they're very special. So you're a very special person to cater to people, when they're in that situation. What's it like?
I really love being a hospice nurse. I get to be with people at a time of life when a lot of other people don't get to share that, and I get to be a part of it. And death is something that is a part of all of our lives, and so to be able to sit with people in those moments and support family members, it's an honor to do that work.
We often talk about or think about some people, like what they would do if they knew they were dying.
Yeah.
And what they would tell the people that they love the most, or close friends, what they would tell them, what they really, really want them to know.
Yeah.
So the advice would be the best possible advice they could give. Has anyone in their final moments given you any real great advice on life?
It's going to sound very basic because it's something we all know.
Nothing is basic.
But I think we forget because we live so much in our heads. But it's just to really love people and experience joy through your life and really be there in your body loving others. Because that's when you're facing your death, what you're facing losing.
I've had occasion to speak to people who are terminal, not when they're in hospice. And it's amazing. They almost all say the same thing. And what they say is, to me, is enjoy every minute of life because it's a precious gift.
Yeah.
And I think in your situation, you really see that.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
For what you do in life.
Thank you.
You're doing God's work.
Thank you.
Case is dismissed.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Okay, I need everyone to pause and really let that sink in. This woman came to court over a $30 parking ticket and ended up delivering one of the most profound pieces of wisdom you'll ever hear. Really love people and experience joy through your life. That's the message from people on their deathbeds. Not, I wish I worked more hours, or I wish I had a bigger house. It's love. It's connection. It's being present with the people who matter most. And notice how Judge Caprio immediately recognized the significance of her work. He called it God's work. Hospice nurses are truly unsung heroes. They sit with families during the most difficult moments of their lives, providing comfort when there's nothing left to cure. The fact that she took time off work to contest a $30 ticket and walked away with a dismissed case and gave us all a life lesson, that's the magic of this courtroom. Let me know in the comments. What would you want your loved ones to know if you were in your final moments?
Tell Mr. Gonzalez that he is charged with having loud music coming from his residence at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Ask him if there's anything he wants to tell me about it.
Y me dice, no, yo no, tú no hablas inglés, tú hablas inglés y yo hablo español. O sea, me puso una multa de $500, o sea.
So he said that the music wasn't that loud, that the police officer went behind him and asked him if he spoke English, but he didn't understand, and the officer thought he was making fun of him.
Ask him if he was playing music.
Sí, pero no estaba alta, era
Yeah, but it
las
wasn't
2 de la
loud. He's
tarde.
saying it wasn't loud, right?
Right.
All right. Ask him what kind of music he likes. Did he have on, like, Barbara Streisand, Tony Bennett, Frank Sinatra? Like, what kind of music was he playing?
usted?
Bachata, una bachatica.
It's a Dominican music, bachata, Spanish. Yeah,
Bachata?
bachata.
Bachata.
It's fun. You should try it, Judge.
Oh, you do that too.
My husband, he's Dominican.
Familiar with bachata? No?
No, Your Honor.
He's Irish. All right. I guess the music that he's talking about is music that people dance to. Is that right?
Yes.
Ask him if he dances to the music.
¿Usted baila bachata?
Sí.
Let me tell him I want to see I want to see the kind of dance it is. Let me see the dance.
No, pero eso es merengue. That's merengue.
Okay.
Okay.
This right here is why Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom is unlike anything else in America. The man is in court for a noise violation, and the next thing you know, he's putting on a full bachata performance right there in front of the bench. Did you see the pure joy on his face? That wasn't just dancing. That was a man transported back home to the Dominican Republic, feeling the music in his soul. And Judge Caprio, instead of banging his gavel and demanding order, he's genuinely curious, genuinely entertained, and genuinely connecting with this man's culture. This is what happens when a judge sees people as people, not just case numbers. The interpreter even said, "You should try it, Judge." And honestly, I would pay good money to see Judge Caprio attempting bachata moves. For those who don't know, bachata is a passionate, rhythmic dance style that originated in the Dominican Republic. And watching Mr. Gonzalez perform it, you can feel the love he has for his heritage. Moments like this remind us that courtrooms don't have to be cold and intimidating.
Yes.
All right, we're going to issue him a summons for disturbing the peace today.
Dice que le van a mandar otro ticket por
He's going
destruir
to get another ticket. He's going to get another ticket for loud music in the courtroom. Ask him where he learned to dance. Where did he learn to dance?
¿Dónde aprendió a bailar?
Soy dominicano, mi padre es ciudadano, que fue que me...
He's Dominican, and his dad is a citizen, so he's the one that brought him.
Oh. No, but he learned to dance where? In the Dominican Republic?
El próximo mes iré a ver a mi esposa y a mi hija.
He's going next month, and he's going to go and see his wife and his daughter.
They're in the Dominican Republic?
Yeah.
Well, if his wife and his daughter were here now, they'd look and say, "I've never seen him so happy." Did you see when he was dancing, the look on his face? He was in paradise.
A la vez triste porque no tengo mi familia aquí.
He said this is he's happy because this is a wonderful country with a lot of opportunities. But he's a little sad that he can't see his family.
Well, hopefully that can get worked out. Anyway, on a serious note, it's interesting to see different cultures and enjoy themselves, you know. And I'd love to be in the Dominican Republic and see this. You know, I've never been to the Dominican Republic, but just watching him dance with the look on his face, and he was so happy and so forth, you know. The only problem is that you can't have the volume up while you're driving down the street. So he's got a $500 fine. I'm going to reduce the fine to $50.
From $500 down to $50. That's a 90% reduction, folks. And did you catch what the judge said? If his wife and daughter were here now, they'd say, "I've never seen him so happy." Judge Caprio noticed that this man, who separated from his family back in the Dominican Republic, found a moment of pure joy just by sharing his culture. There's something beautiful about that. And here's the twist we just learned. Mr. Gonzalez was a police officer in his home country for 14 years. The irony of a former cop getting a ticket is not lost on anyone. But what really stands out here is Judge Caprio's genuine appreciation for different cultures. He didn't mock the music or dismiss it as noise. He asked questions, he watched the dance, and he acknowledged the happiness it brought. That's how you build bridges. The fine still has to be paid. Rules are rules. But the compassion shown here is what sets this courtroom apart. Would your local judge reduce a fine after watching someone dance? Probably not.
Okay, pero no la tenía. O sea, conozco las reglas de aquí porque yo fui policía.
He understands that you reduced it, but that he didn't have the music very high, and that he wanted to let you know that he was a police officer in his country for 14 years.
Well, we're saving $450.
Le salvaron $450.
Gracias.
All of a sudden. He was looking so sad a minute ago, right?
Sí.
All right. Tell him I thank him for the exhibition of dancing. I enjoyed it immeasurably, but tell him to lower the volume.
Okay, gracias.
All right. He can dance his way right out of here.
Dice que baila hasta afuera.
Okay.
He can dance his way right to the cashier. Joe, Yoko, Peter.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
It's all depends. Some morning I'm good, and some morning
Well, how about this morning?
This morning I'm good.
You good?
Yes, thank you for
Well,
asking.
You have 2 red light violations, and you have a school zone violation.
Joanna, I lost my husband like a month ago, and I was just checking up on like a parking ticket, just in case if we had any, so my car couldn't be booted. So that's what brought me in. So I don't remember that at all.
Was your husband driving the car?
Yes,
He
he
was.
used to.
He did. Well, I think it's the collective wish of everyone in the courtroom to express our sympathy to you on the passing of your husband.
Thank you.
Tell me about him.
He was a wonderful man, a wonderful father, a wonderful husband, and a wonderful son. And like my kids and I miss him very much.
How many children?
We have 3.
3.
Yeah.
So I get the impression, I see you throwing your head back, I get the impression you're getting visions of your husband. You think of him often before you go to bed at night?
Yes, I do. We have an 18-year-old, and we have a 10-year-old, and we have an 11-year-old. And the 11-year-old have a Down syndrome. And she misses him very much because she cries every day for him.
I'm not going to lie to you. This one hit me hard. This woman lost her husband just 1 month ago. She came to court simply to make sure she didn't have any outstanding tickets that might get her car booted. She's not even sure who was driving when these violations occurred. It was likely her late husband. And then she shares that she has 3 children, and her 11-year-old daughter has Down syndrome and cries for her father every single day. Can you even imagine the weight on this woman's shoulders right now? She's grieving. She's suddenly a single mother. She's trying to hold everything together while her special needs child is struggling to understand why daddy isn't coming home. And yet, here she is in court, handling responsibilities, showing up, doing what needs to be done. The strength it takes to function in moments like this is extraordinary. Notice how Judge Caprio immediately shifted his entire demeanor. He's not asking about the tickets anymore. He's asking about her husband, about her family, because he understands that sometimes the human being in front of you matters more than the violation on the docket.
Is there any special thing that you are able to do that gives you peace of mind as you're going through this?
Well, I'm supposed to be going to work soon. So hopefully when I go back to work, it will help me to take a lot of things off my mind.
Well, I get the impression you were a great wife and a wonderful mother, so again, our sympathy to you.
Thank you.
The case is dismissed in memory of your husband. You can go.
All right. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Case dismissed in memory of your husband. That is the line that separates Judge Frank Caprio from almost every other judge in America. He didn't have to do that. Legally, those were valid violations. There were red light tickets. There was a school zone violation. He could have issued reduced fines, payment plans, community service, any number of standard options. But instead, he chose compassion. He chose to acknowledge that this woman is going through one of the hardest seasons of her life, and adding financial stress on top of grief wasn't going to serve justice. It was going to pile on pain. And the way he said it, in memory of your husband, he gave that man dignity and recognition even in death. This is what the legal system could look like everywhere if more judges understood that the people standing before them are human beings with stories, with struggles, with families counting on them. That widow walked into court worried about parking tickets. She walked out knowing that somebody saw her, somebody acknowledged her loss, and somebody showed her grace when she needed it most. And there you have it, folks. 3 cases, 3 completely different stories, and one incredible judge who understands that justice isn't just about enforcing the law. It's about seeing the people behind the cases. Let's recap what we just witnessed. First, a hospice nurse came in over a $30 parking ticket and ended up sharing wisdom from the dying. Love people, experience joy, and be present in your life. Case dismissed. Second, a Dominican immigrant got cited for loud music and turned the courtroom into a dance floor with his bachata moves, reminding us all that music and culture bring joy even when we're far from the ones we love. His $500 fine was reduced to just $50. And finally, a grieving widow dealing with traffic violations from before her husband passed away. A woman raising 3 children alone, including a daughter with Down syndrome who cries for her father every day. Her case was dismissed in memory of her husband. This is what compassionate justice looks like. Judge Frank Caprio doesn't just read case files. He reads people. He asks questions. He listens. He finds the humanity in every situation that comes before his bench. And that is why millions of people around the world tune in to watch this courtroom. So what did you think? Did these cases move you the way they move me? Which moment hit you the hardest? The hospice nurse's wisdom, Mr. Gonzalez's joyful dance, or the widow's heartbreaking story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I genuinely want to hear from you. If this video touched your heart, do me a favor. Smash that like button and share this with someone who needs a reminder that compassion still exists in this world. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you never miss another one of these incredible courtroom moments. We post new breakdowns regularly. And trust me, Judge Caprio never fails to deliver. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember the lesson from today. Love the people in your life. Find joy wherever you can. And show grace to those who are struggling. We'll see you in the next one.